Hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia Mofa and in today's video we are going to be reading Divorce Prescription. Guys, this is the most anticipated story. Everybody's talking about this story, guys. This story is very interesting because you can relate to the story, especially if you're married. Yes, this story is very relatable, so a lot of people are resonating with it. And I was actually reading this story on my other channel called Felicia Mofa, which got deleted last year July. I had to stop reading it because the channel was deleted. But we are going to start reading it here. So if you were following that particular channel, don't worry, we are going to read it here and we are going to make it fast so that we will jump to that the part where I was before it got deleted. Anyways, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Well, in the story, I want you to see me as Celine Tate in the story. Although I want you to see me as Celine Tate in the story, I don't want to be with I don't want I don't want to play the part of Celine who is in love with Adam because the character of Adam in the story actually makes my blood boil. It makes me really angry. So I wouldn't want to be with someone like Adam, but I will have to play the story of Celine Tate, right? And you can also choose any character that you want. So let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Anyways, if you hear any background noise, it's my baby girl. I had to distract her with Bluey. She's actually watching Bluey so that I can continue what I'm doing. Because if not, trust me. So let's start with chapter one. Celine Tate found out her husband Adam Alvarez was cheating on her. The other woman was a college student. Today was Adam's birthday. Let's continue, guys. Today was Adam's birthday. Celine had spent the whole day preparing a special dinner for him. Just then, his forgotten phone buzzed with a text. She picked it up and saw a message from the college student. I fell while grabbing the cake. It hurts so much. Subs. So that's the message the college student sent to Adam's phone. Attached was a photo, no face, just her legs. The woman wore pulled up white socks with black round toed shoes. She pulled up her blue and white skirt just enough to reveal her long, flawless legs. Her fair knees were visibly reddened from the fall. The youthful vibrancy of her figure, paired with a coy voice, carried an air of forbidden allure. Celine's grip on the phone tightened until her knuckles turned white. Soon, another message came. Mr. Alvarez, meet me at Elysian Hotel tonight. I want to celebrate your birthday. It was Adam's birthday, and his mistress had planned a celebration for him. Grabbing her handbag, Celine headed straight to Elysian Hotel. She had to see this woman with her own eyes. I don't know why Celine will want to even see who she is. When Celine arrived at the hotel, she was ready to storm in. But before she could, she spotted her parents, Hayden Tate and Lucy Garcia. Shocked, she approached them. Dad, Mom, what are you doing here? The two froze for a moment before exchanging glances. Their eyes flickered as they said, Oh, Celine, your sister's back from abroad. We came here to drop her off. Carly Tate? Through the gleaming floor to ceiling window, Celine spotted Carly inside. She froze instantly. Inside, Carly was wearing the same blue and white skirt from the photo. So the college girl was her sister. So it turns out that Carly Tate, who happens to be Celine's sister, was the woman who sent Adam a photo of her legs on Adam's birthday. Inside, Callie had always been a stunner, hailed as Mercy Scarlet Rose. Her legs, in particular, were the staff of legends. They were the most beautiful in all of Mercy. Men practically worshipped her. Now, those famous legs has ensnared Adam. Celine almost laughed at the absurdity of it. Of course, it's so absurd to know that the woman her husband is cheating on with is his own sister. It's very absurd. I mean, will something like this happen? But although it happens a lot. Hayden's face twisted awkwardly. Celine, Mr. Alvarez never liked you. Lucy chimed in. Exactly. Do you know how many women in Mercy will kill to be with him? Better your sister than some stranger. Upon hearing that, Celine clenched her fist. I'm your daughter too, she said. With that, she spun on her heels to leave. Just then, Lucy's voice rang out behind her. Celine, tell me something. Has Mr. Alvarez ever touched you? Celine's froze mid-step. Hayden said sharply, Don't act like we owe you anything. Back then, Mr. Alvarez and Callie were the eighth couple in everyone's eyes. We only asked you to marry him on Carly's behalf after he fell into a coma from the car accident. Lucy gave Celine a disdainful once over. Look at yourself, Celine. 3 years as a housewife running around after your husband. Meanwhile, Carly is a lead ballerina now. A true swan. You are just a frumpy little duckling. Be reasonable and give Mr. Alvarez back to Cali. Guys, I'm sorry about my camera. My camera is misbehaving. It goes dark and then it comes back bright again. So I think we just have to take it like that. That's why I keep pressing it on and off because when it goes dark, I have to press it on for it to come back to the normal color. By the time Celine returned to the villa, it was already dark. She had given the housekeeper, Sophia Dawson, the day off. The house was empty with no lights on, leaving it cold and desolate. Celine sat alone at the dining table in the darkness. The table was set with a feast, but the food had long gone cold. I think you take it like this because I can't keep pressing it on and off. Celine sat alone at the dining table in the darkness. The table was set with a feast, but the food had long gone cold. Her homemade cake sat untouched, with the words "Happy Birthday, Honey" scrawled across it. Celine stared at it, her eyes thinking. It all felt like a cruel joke, just like her life. Adam and Carly had always been the eighth couple in their circle. Everyone knew that Carly the Scarlet Rose was Adam's heart and soul. But 3 years ago, a sudden car accident left Adam in a coma, and the car and Carly vanished without a trace. The Tate family had brought Celine from the countryside and forced her to marry the comatose Adam. When she found out that the man lying in that hospital bed was Adam, the man she had always loved, she didn't hesitate. She married him without a second thought. After the wedding, Adam remained in a coma for 3 years. During that time, Celine took care of him tirelessly, never leaving his side. She gave up going out and socializing. Her sole focus was on his recovery. She became a housewife dedicated to nothing but him. In the end, her devotion brought him back to life. Celine lit the candles on the cake with a flick of the lighter. The dim glow flickered, casting her reflection in the mirror in front of her. She looked at herself, the housewife in her dull black and white dress. She was lifeless, boring, and unremarkable. Meanwhile, Carly had flourished into a late ballerina. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful. Celine was the ugly duckling, while Carly was the swan. After waking, Adam had abandoned the ugly duckling and returned to the swan. Oh my goodness. So her sacrifice for the last 3 years had been for nothing. It was said that the one who fell in love first was always the loser in the relationship. And today, Adam had made her lose everything. Her eyes filled with tears and she blew out the candles. The house plunged back into darkness. Just then, headlights pierced the night as Adam's Rolls Royce Phantom speed up the driveway and parked on the driveway. So the annoying man I've been talking about in the story is actually coming. Adam Alvarez, the most annoying man in Mercy. Celine's heart skipped a beat. He was back. She had thought he wouldn't return home tonight. Soon the villa's front door swung open. A tall, handsome figure stepped into view, bringing with him the chill of the night air. Adam was home. The Alvarez family had long been royalty in Mercy City. Adam, the heir to the Alvarez family, had been a business prodigy since childhood. By 16, he had earned dual master's degrees from the prestigious Harvard University. By the time he reached adulthood, his first company had made waves on Finance Street. Now he sat at the helm of Alvarez Group, crowned as Mercy City's wealthiest man. Adam strode in with his long legs. His voice was low and pleasant but distant. Why didn't you turn on the lights? With a flick of his hand, he turned on the wall light. The harsh light made Adam squint. When she opened her eyes again, she looked at Adam. He was wearing a hand-tailored black suit, every inch the picture of perfection. His perfect proportions and rigor made him the object of desire for many women. Celine glanced at him. It's your birthday. Adam's face was a mask of indifference. His eyes lazily swept over the table. Don't waste your time. I don't celebrate birthdays. Celine sneered and asked, you don't celebrate birthdays, or you just don't want to celebrate it with me? Adam barely spared her a glance, as if he didn't even want to waste time on her. Think whatever you want, he said. Without another word, he turned and started toward the stairs. This had always been their dynamic. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get close to him. Celine stood up and looking at his indifferent back, she said, today is your birthday. I would like to give you a birthday gift. Adam didn't stop or turn to look at her. I don't need it. Celine smiled again. Let's get a divorce, Adam. Adam had already placed one foot in the stairs when he suddenly paused, his palm on his heel, his deep eyes locking onto her. Chapter 2. Celine looked at Adam. Her voice was soft but unwavering as she repeated, let's get a divorce, Adam. You don't like this. Do you like this birthday gift? Adam's expression remained indifferent. Are you suddenly asking for a divorce because I didn't spend my birthday with you? That's coming from Adam. Carly is back, isn't she? Celine asked. At the mention of Carly, Adam's lips curled into a sneer. He stepped towards Celine with long strides. Are you bothered by her? As the youngest business mogul in Mercity, Adam exuded a powerful presence built from his wealth, status, and influence. As he advanced toward her, Celine instinctively took a step back. Her delicate back hit the wall. At that moment, the world around her seemed to darken. Adam had already closed the distance, placing one hand against the wall beside her, trapping her between his solid chest and the wall. He looked down at her with a mocking smile. Everyone in Mercity knows that Carly is the one I'm going to marry. Didn't you know that when you schemed to become my wife? You didn't mind back then, so why are you bothered now? Celine's face turned pale. Yes, Adam was supposed to marry Carly. If it weren't for the accident, she would never have had a chance to marry him. She would never forget the day he woke up when he saw it was Celine beside him. The disappointment and coldness in his eyes were unmistakable. Just then, they had slept in separate rooms, and he had never touched her. He loved Carly. Celine had always known that, but she looked deeply at Adam's face. Slowly, it began to merge with the image of the youthful boy he had once been. Adam, do you really not remember me? Celine thought. It seemed that only she had stayed in the past. Never mind. She would take these 3 years as her fulfilling her misguided love. Celine pushed down the bitterness and pain in her heart. Adam, let's end this platonic marriage. Adam suddenly raised an eyebrow. Platonic? His deep voice was full of mockery. He reached out and cupped her chin. His thumb brushed over her soft lips, pressing against them in an almost teasing motion. So that's why you want a divorce. You want to have sex. Celine's face flashed bright red like a tomato. That wasn't what she meant. Now, his thumb was pressed on her crimson lips, rubbing with a malicious yet seductive force. Celine hadn't expected such a flirtatious sight from a man so hot and refined. He was actually playing with her lips with his finger. Adam had never been this close to Celine before. She always hid behind those oversized black frame glasses, wearing plain clothes, making herself look like an older woman. But up close, Adam noticed how small her face was. Beneath those glasses, her features were delicate and striking, and those eyes were mesmerizing. Her lips were soft. Her lips were soft too. While his finger pressed, the red faded for a moment, then returned with a slight bounce. Her lips were not just soft but tender as well. It was an enticing sight that made him want to. Sorry, that one made him want to kiss her. Adam's eyes darkened. I didn't expect you to have such strong desires. Do you long for a man in you? Suddenly, a loud slap echoed in the villa. Celine had slapped him hard across the face. Adam's head jerked to the side. Celine's fingers trembled with anger. She had been too humble in her love, allowing her heart to be trampled. How dare he humiliate her like this? Furious, she said, I know you've never let go of Carly. Now, I will make it easier for you. I will return the position as Mrs. Alvarez to her. Adam's expression instantly turned icy, like a sheet of frost had fallen over his handsome face. He had never been slapped before, not by anyone. He stared at her coldly. Celine, you thought you could just marry me when you wanted and divorce me when you felt like it. What do you take me for? What I don't understand is this. You don't love Celine. You said you want to marry Carly. Now Celine wants out of the marriage. You say no. What is wrong with some men? Like they have the thing in front of them. They say they don't like it, and now the woman is deciding to go. They say no. I'll not let you go. Celine's need a plating, of course. Adam couldn't believe what he heard. Celine fought back the pain in her heart and lied. You are just a plating I took from Carly. Now I'm tired of playing with you. I want to throw you away. Celine's expression grew darker. Fine, Celine. You want a divorce. All right, but don't come crawling back to me, begging to get back together. This Adam man have a mental issue. He's so full of himself. With that, he stormed upstairs and slammed the door to his study. Celine seemed to lose all her strength. Her delicate body slowly slid down the wall. She crouched the carpet, wrapping her arms around herself. I won't love you anymore, Adam, she swore in her mind. The next morning, Sophia entered Adam's study. Adam sat at his desk, reviewing documents. He was well, known for being a workaholic. Mr. Alvarez, Sophia called out. Adam didn't look up. Sophia could tell that he was in a bad mood. The air around him seemed to freeze. Of course, I can imagine. She carefully placed a cup of coffee on the table. Mr. Alvarez, Mrs. Alvarez made this cup of coffee for you. Hmm. Adam's hand holding the pen faltered. The cold expression on his face softened slightly. Was Celine trying to make peace? To be fair, she was a good wife. She cooked according to his preferences, had hand washed his clothes, and took care of every detail of his daily life. Adam picked up the cup of coffee and took a sip. Celine definitely made this. It was exactly how he liked it. Still, he was angry. She had slapped him last night, and that anger could not be easily soothed. A cup of coffee wasn't enough to fix it. And who told Mr. Alvarez that Celine is trying to fix it? Adam asked. Did Celine realize her mistake? Sophia looked at him with a strange look. Mrs. Alvarez has left. Adam froze, his eyes snapping up to meet Sophia's. Just then, she took something out. She left with her suitcase, Mr. Alvarez. She asked me to give this to you before she left. As Adam took the paper and opened it, the words divorce agreement jumped out at him. Adam was left speechless. He had thought she was trying to make peace. Sophia hesitated. Mrs. Alvarez said you should finish the coffee and sign the papers as soon as possible. Adam glared at the cup of coffee. Throw it out, all of it. Sophia thought he was enjoying the coffee earlier. Why didn't he like it anymore? However, she didn't dare voice her thoughts. She quickly grabbed the coffee and left the room. Of course, she better run for her life. Adam's face darkened. He scanned the divorce agreement and realized Celine agreed to live with nothing. No alimony, no property. He sneezed bitterly. She certainly had some nerve. She didn't want a single dime from him. What would a country girl like her possibly expect to live on without money? He remembered how 3 years ago she had done everything she could to become his wife. Wasn't it all about the money? He remembered how 3 years ago she had done everything she could to become his wife. Wasn't it all about the money? Then his gaze fell on the reason for the divorce written by Celine in neat handwriting. The husband's health does not allow him to fulfill his marital duties. Adam was rendered speechless. His face flashed with rage. This damn woman. He grabbed his phone and immediately dialed Celine's number. The phone rang a few times before his clear, calm voice came through. Hello? Chapter 3. Adam pressed his thin lips into a hard line. Celine, Tate, get back here now. Hmm. The man has some nerves. Celine chuckled. You want me to come back just because you say so? We are divorced, Adam. I'm not going to put up with you anymore. Adam gritted his teeth. I'm giving you one more chance to rewrite the reason for the divorce. Celine's smile widened. Is there something wrong with what I wrote? You've been awake for half a year now, but in all this time, you haven't even heard my hand. You were in a coma for 3 years, although your health seems fine now. I seriously doubt your manhood is working. You should see a doctor. I sincerely hope you can regain your masculinity soon. Adam was speechless. The veins on his forehead were visibly pulsing. This woman, this woman had really lost it. I will show you how capable I am in bed one day. Celine Tate, he grated out. Sorry, you don't have that chance anymore, Celine. He said, Celine. A couple of beeps sounded and the call was abruptly disconnected. Adam seethed in rage. But before he could vent, all he heard was the busy tone. Celine Tate. Celine had already arrived at her best friend Ruben Smith's apartment. When she hung up, Ruben burst into laughter and gave her a thumbs up. That was perfect. Celine, he was probably so mad right now he might burst a vein. Celine felt that it was Celine felt that it was because she had been too humble in the past that he had come to see himself as a superior. That's true. People should love themselves before loving others. It was crucial to prioritize one's happiness, which is also very true. Bring it, let's do it for you. Do you want to sleep? Hmm? Ruben added, when Kali found out Mr. Alvarez was in coma 3 years ago, she left him right away. But now that he's awake, he's going after her again. Honestly, it's better to be rid of a man like him. Celine unwrapped a piece of candy and popped it into her mouth. The sweet taste seemed to mask the bitterness in her heart. Ruben, that's the difference between being loved and unloved. The one who was loved could act without fear, while the one who was unloved always remained cautious and insecure. Ruby glanced at Celine, who had already eaten a whole bunch of candies. She put Celine to her feet. Cheer up, Celine. When you let go of one tree, you will realize you've gained a whole forest. I'll hire 8 escorts and throw you a singles party tonight. That's how crazy Ruben is. Celine laughed, pressing her forehead. At that moment, Ruben reached up and took off Celine's black frame glasses. She tossed them straight into the trash. My glasses. Celine went to retrieve them. Ruben stopped her. Celine, you are too used to wearing those glasses from all your academic work. You should learn from Carly and dress yourself up beautifully. Celine remembered how her parents called her an ugly duckling, while Carly was the swan. It seemed that it wasn't just her parents who thought so. Adam probably saw her as an ugly duckling too. Ruben pulled Celine out the door. Come on, I'm taking you out for a full makeover. Hair, nails, outfit, everything. I want Adam and the others to open their eyes and see just how beautiful you are. Who says Adam doesn't know she's beautiful? As they were leaving, Ruben suddenly remembered something. By the way, Celine, you really don't want any of Mr. Alvarez's money? I have my own money, Celine replied. Well, then you are leaving that money to Carly. She will probably thank you. Celine was rendered speechless. Where is the card Mr. Alvarez gave you? Ruben asked Celine. Adam had always been generous and had given Celine a gold-plated black card, but she never used it. Celine pulled the card out of her purse and said with a wink, Mr. Alvarez can foot the bill for our shopping today. Club 1996 had long been the playground for the wealthy elite of Mercity, where the rich heirs and socialites spent their money without a second thought. That night, the DJ kept the music going, and the crowd danced wildly. In one of the luxurious booths, Adam sat in the center, wearing a black shirt and black pants. His sleeves were rolled up to reveal his muscular forearms and a watch worth millions. He looked every bit the hot aristocratic figure that had women in their that had women in the club constantly looking his way. Sitting beside him was his good friend Benjamin Goodwin, and heir to the Goodwin family, along with a few other trusted fan babies. Fan babies indeed. Benjamin laughed loudly. What's this I hear, Adam? Celine wants a divorce. The others joined in the laughter. Who doesn't know how much Celine is in love with you? Mr. Alvarez, she even wanted to marry you when you were in a coma. One of them said, there's no way she would leave you now. She should make a bet to see how many days Celine can resist. Sorry, guys. I'm just making some mistake. I feel a bit sleepy. Don't press anywhere. Just watch it. I'm going to sit down and watch. When I finish, I'll put you to sleep. Or you can sleep by yourself. Who doesn't know how much Celine is in love with you, Mr. Alvarez? She even wanted to marry you when you were in a coma. One of them said, there's no way she will leave you now. We should make a bet to see how many days Celine can resist beef before reaching out to Mr. Alvarez. Another chimed in. Benjamin said, I bet she won't even last a day. She will probably send Adam a message any minute now. Haha. Adam's face, however, was shadowed and stern, showing clear signs of anger. He put out his phone to open his chat with Celine. The last message was from the night before. Celine had sent him a picture of a bowl of chicken bone broth with the message, honey, even though your bone density is fine now, you still need to drink more chicken bone broth. Remember to come home early. As he scrolled up, there were daily messages from Celine. He had never replied, not once. But tonight, there was nothing from her, and Adam felt a strange surge of frustration in his chest. Just then, a notification pinged in, signaling the arrival of a new message. Benjamin immediately chimed in. I knew Celine is messaging Adam right now. The notification pinged repeatedly as several messages came through in quick succession. Everyone burst out laughing. I knew Celine couldn't hold back, but I didn't expect her to be so eager. Benjamin urged, Adam, quick, check what she is saying. She must be crying and begging you to get back together with her. Adam's eyes twitched. She had messaged him. It's if she wanted to make peace. Why all that hostility earlier? Wasn't she the one acting though tough this morning? The moment Adam opened the message, he froze. Benjamin had read it aloud. Dear VVIP, your card ending in 0975 has been charged $800 at Dazzling Nails. Everyone went silent, staring in confusion. Adam scrolled up and saw a series of transaction messages. Celine has spent $200,000 at Urban Globe Salon, $86,000 at Chanel, and $24,000 at Louis Vuitton. There were no messages asking for reconciliation, just notifications of her spending. The group was dumbfounded. It felt like Celine had slapped them all across the face. Yes, that's very good. Very good, Celine. Well done. Adam's face darkened as he slammed his phone into the table. It wasn't the money that bothered him. It was the it was that she had gone straight to spend his money after their divorce. The woman who had been so obedient and dependent on him for the past 3 years suddenly seemed to have shown her true colors. Benjamin muttered, was she playing at Adam? She's getting her nails and hair done and went shopping for clothes. Is she trying to dress up like Kali? So that's all they know, Kali. Dumb. Adam is dumb and his friends too are dumb. Kali's the Scarlet Rose of Mercy, while Celine is just some country bumpkin. No matter how hard she tries, she will never match up to her. A swan is a swan, and an ugly duckling will forever be an ugly duckling. It will never turn into a swan. The group continued laughing at Celine. At that moment, a commotion broke out in the club. Everyone's attention was focused on one place. Someone gasped, "You guys, look, an angel." So we'll continue from chapter 4. Celine had arrived after a full day of splurging at the mall. Ruben whisked her off to Club 1996 for the ultimate single women celebration. What Celine didn't expect was to run into Adam and his group. Naturally, she also heard their mocking remarks about her. She recognized the people in the Lazarus booth. They were part of Adam's social circle. Benjamin, in particular, was one of Adam's closest friends. Back when Adam and Callie had their high profile romance, everyone in the group adored Callie. Benjamin even treated her like Adam's wife. In the past 3 years, Celine had never been able to integrate into their group. They made no effort to hide their disdain for her. They would slap labels on her like desperate replacement bride, ugly duckling, and country pumpkin. When a man didn't love her partner, his friends wouldn't respect her either. Robin's temper fled immediately. I'm going to tear their smug faces off. She started rolling up her sleeves. Celine grabbed her arm firmly. Let it go, Robin. I'm divorced now. They are not worth the energy. Noticing Celine's calm and indifferent demeanor, Ruby managed to rein in her frustration. As more and more eyes turned to Celine, calling her an angel, Ruby's mood brightened. Let's go, time for a singles party. Ruben marched them to luxury booths on the other side of the club. She waved her hand dramatically. Bring me all your male escorts. Back at Adam's booth, Benjamin and the other Shians were still mocking Celine when they suddenly felt a sharp, icy gaze land on them. They looked up to see Adam at the head of the booth, lazily lifting his sharp eyes to glance at them. His gaze was cold, displeased, and full of warning. At once, the laughter froze on their faces. None of them dared to say another word about Celine. Benjamin glanced at the Adam. Even though Adam had never spared Celine a second look, she had tirelessly taken care of him for 3 years. Clearly, Adam still had some shred of sentiment left for her. Just then, a wave of excitement rippled through the crowd. Such a beautiful angel. Angel where? Benjamin followed everyone's gaze and immediately widened his eyes in surprise. Holy crap, that really is an angel. The others around him were equally mesmerized. When did that angel arrive in Mercy City and how come we've never seen her before? So they expect to see everyone that comes to Mercy City just because Adam and his friends are Casanovas. So they practically know everyone in Mercy City. Adam was no stranger to women. He has seen all types of women, from slender to curvy, so he wasn't interested in that angel. However, Celine's booth was directly across from his. The moment he looked up, his eyes landed on her. Celine had ditched her thick rimmed glasses, Celine had ditched her thick rimmed glasses, shedding her usual dullness and rigidity. Her tiny white face was as fair as snow. Her naturally striking features exuded a fresh, otherworldly elegance, with her silky hair cascading over her shoulders. She looked like a living, breathing angel. Adam's gaze lingered for 2 full seconds. Benjamin was clearly thrilled. What do you think of that angel, Adam? One of those Sions remarked, Mr. Alvarez won't be impressed. His type is more of a sweet beauty like Carly, not this cool angelic vibe. Yeah, but check out her legs. Those could definitely compete with Carly's. Another added. Celine, in a rare departure from her usual conservative style, was wearing a chic, short tweed dress that showed off her legs for the first time. Her legs were perfectly toned, proportionate, and tantalizing. These were the kind of legs that made men's imagination run wild. They were just as captivating as Carly's. Guys, I don't know what's this about legs. What is this about legs that men like so much? I don't know, guys. Adam glanced at the angel for 2 seconds and couldn't shake the feeling that this woman looked strangely familiar. He felt like he had seen her somewhere before. Just then, a group of male escorts filed into the room, each one tall and hot. They lined up right in front of Celine. Ruben grinned. Celine, pick 8. Since Celine was celebrating her newfound freedom from a disastrous marriage, she decided to go all out. You, stay. Benami was counting under his breath. 1, 2, 3, 8. Did she just pick 8 escorts at once? Yes, she did, Benami. She did. One of the Sions chimed in. Why spend the money? All she has to do is ask, and we will happily volunteer for free. So I told you guys that Adam and his friends are Casanovas. Now, the same people who are saying Celine is this and that are saying that she doesn't even need to buy the escorts. They can freely volunteer. All she needs to do is to ask. Laughter erupted around the booth. At this moment, Adam's phone buzzed again. It was a new transaction message. He picked it up to see what Celine paid for this time. By this time, dear VVIP, your card ending in 0975 has been charged $500,000 at Club 1996 for 8 escorts. This time I don't agree with Celine. This money can build 5 mansions in Ghana, right? And you are using it to buy 8 escorts. They are not worth the price. They are not worth the price, trust me. $500,000 to buy 8 escorts. Adam frowned at once. He reread the words. 8 escorts. Twice before snapping his gaze back toward the angel across the room. The angel who had just plugged on 8 escorts was actually Celine. Adam was rendered speechless. 8 escorts surrounded Celine and started pouring drinks for her one after another. Ladies, let's play a drinking game. Ruben happily replied, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah, let's do it. Celine lost the first round. An escort leaned in and held a glass to her lips. Here, let me help you drink. She took the drink, but the other escorts weren't having it. Why him? You drank his drink, but not ours. Let us feed you too. Celine was feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the eager attention. Across the room, Adam's sharp eyes narrowed dangerously. His chiseled jaw tightened as he stood and headed straight for Celine's boots. Benami was taken aback. Adam, where are you going? Celine was sipping her drink when a strong defiant hand reached over and grabbed her delicate wrist. He lifted her off the couch as easily as if she were a child. Shocked, she looked up and was met with Adam's handsome face. Celine froze for a moment, then quickly struggled to pull her wrist free from this grip. Let go of me, Adam. Adam's face was cold as he forcefully dragged her away. Ruby jumped to her feet. Hey, Adam, what are you doing? Let go of Celine. Benjamin and the Sions who followed Adam were stunned, their faces filled with disbelief. They all wondered if they were hearing things. Yes, they were hearing things. Celine, the angel is Celine. Is this the same Celine we've always known, the ugly duckling? She's actually gorgeous. Benjamin froze in place as he watched Adam drag the stoning figure away. Damn, Celine turned into a freaking angel the moment she ditched Adam. That's true. That's true, Pa. Because there are some women, when the moment they leave some particular type of men, they look different. Let go of me, Adam, she shouted. Just then, Adam swung his hand and Celine's delicate back slammed into the cold wall. Her vision went dark as his tall, imposing figure pressed in, trapping her against the wall. Danger flared in his eyes as he growled. Do you think I'm dead, Celine? Celine Tate. You are actually out here flirting with other men. So that's the end of chapter 4. Celine frowned. What do you mean by flirting? Adam gritted his teeth. You are dressing like a slut. What? A slut? You better explain, Adam Alvarez. Celine snapped. Adam lowered his gaze, eyeing her short dress. Your thighs are practically hanging out. Is that how desperate you are for people to look at your legs? Guys, tell me, what is wrong with this Adam? What is wrong with you? Sure, her dress was a little on the shorter side, but Ruben had chosen the dress for her. she had said, you never show your legs, giving Carly the chance to flaunt hers. Tonight, let's show everyone who really has the best legs in Mercy. Celine raised an eyebrow. Seems like you were looking at my legs, Mr. Alvarez. Adam froze. Celine leaned back against the wall, her posture lazy yet elegant. She slowly lifted her right leg and brushed her crystal heel against his ankle. Adam stood there in tailored black slacks that highlighted his long legs, exuding an air of cold elegance and restraint. I love the word cold because this Adam seems very cold to me. From his ankle, Celine slowly tripped upward along his calf in a teasing, deliberate motion. It was both a seduction and a provocation. Celine's make, Mr. Alvarez, whose legs do you prefer, mine or Carly's? Adam's gaze lingered on her, captivated by the delicate features of her face, which radiated an almost ethereal beauty. She looked like an otherworldly angel, yet here he was, boldly tempting him. He noticed her beauty last night, hidden behind those black frame glasses, but he hadn't expected her to be so striking. However, there was something familiar about her face. Celine's bright eyes sparkled with mischief. Has Callie ever tried to seduce you with her legs, Mr. Alvarez? Adam's breath hitched. He leaned closer to look at her. Celine, are you really such a slut? You think about men all day and even hired it. Of course she does. She thinks about men all day the same way Adam also thinks about women all day. He avoided answering her question about Callie. That was perhaps the most polite way for a man to protect a woman. Trust me on this. When a man loves a woman, he will not allow his friends to disrespect her families. No, 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 no. He will always defend the woman. So you don't need to tell a man to defend your name to your friends, your enemies, his friends and your enemies, his family. No. If he loves you, don't need to tell him. Trust me. Don't let any man tell you that show me how to love you. Because if he truly loves you, he will know how to love you. You don't need to tell him. The moment he asks you to show him how to love you, trust me, he is not. He doesn't love you. He's trying to impress you, I don't know, to get something from something, whatever. His relationship with Callie had been a grand love story from their youthful, carefree days. Callie must have seduced him at some point. That was the only way to explain why she lingers so vividly in his memory. Callie was truly blessed to have such a cold-hearted man remain devoted to her for so long. Adam must have never used a word like slag to describe her. Though Celine was smiling, her eyes remained as cold as ice. Yes, Mr. Alvarez, there's an issue with your manhood. Since you can't satisfy me, I have to go find someone healthy. Let's get divorced already. If one man doesn't work, I'll find another who does. She said he had issues again. This woman was unbelievable. Adam gripped her delicate jaw. Is this some sort of provocation? Are you so desperate to find out if I have issues? Celine said, what? Celine froze. Adam leaned in close, his lips hovering near hers with an almost teasing proximity. Yet his words were icy and detached. Don't kid yourself, Celine. I will never touch you. The one I love is Callie. The one he loved was Callie. He didn't even need to say it. Celine already knew. Still, hearing it stung her heart. It wasn't a sharp pain, but a dull, relentless ache that spread in countless tiny waves. Just then, a sweet voice rang out. Adam. Celine looked up only to see Callie standing there. Callie, the renowned Scarlet Rose of Mercy, was a beauty with ruby lips and pearly teeth. Years of dance training had given her a graceful, supple figure. Adam leaned in close, his lips hovering near hers with an almost teasing proximity. Yes, his words were icy and detached. Don't kid yourself, Celine. I will never touch you. The one I love is Callie. The one he loved was Callie. He didn't even need to say it. Celine already knew. Still, hearing it stung her heart. It wasn't a sharp pain, but a dull, relentless ache that spread in countless tiny waves. Just then, a sweet voice rang out. Adam, Celine looked up only to see Callie standing there. Callie, the renowned Scarlet Rose of Mercy, was a beauty with ruby lips and pearly teeth. I guess you have a mouth filler. Because that's what's trending now, right? Years of dance training had given her a graceful, supple figure. Seeing her, Adam instantly released Celine and strode towards Callie. He lowered his gaze to meet hers. His eyes were filled with a warmth Celine had never seen before. You are here. Callie nodded before glancing at Celine. And this is, Callie didn't recognize her at all. But Celine would never forget Callie. The truth was, Celine and Callie were neither full nor half sisters. Haley wasn't Celine's biological father. He was her stepfather. Once Celine had a happy family. Once Celine had a happy family. Her father, Aaron Tate, and her mother, Lucy Garcia, had been devoted to each other. Aaron loved her dearly. He would lift her into the air every day. My little Celine is going to grow up so happy. Then one day, he was gone. His brother Hayden moved in with his daughter Callie into Aaron's house, and Lucy became Callie's mother as well. Lucy remarried Celine's uncle. From then on, her affection was directed solely toward Callie, not Celine. When Callie scored 99 on an exam and Celine scored 100, Lucy punished her. Why can't you let Callie shine? Do you always have to outdo her? When Callie fell ill, her hair was shaved off the chemotherapy. She cried that she looked ugly. Lucy immediately shaved Celine's head. You need to become ugly with Callie. That way, she will stop crying. Night after night, Lucy, Hayden, and Callie would cuddle each other. Their laughter spilling out into the hallway. Celine would stand outside crying while clutching the door as Aaron had bought for her. Mommy, I'm scared. Eventually, Callie started calling Lucy Mommy. Lucy was thrilled, but Callie said, Mommy, you can only have one daughter. On a rainy day, Lucy drove Celine to the countryside and left her there. Little Celine chased the car while sobbing. Don't leave me, mommy. I'll be a good girl. I'll listen to you. I'll let Callie have everything. I want a hug. Mommy, I'm scared. Clutching her doll, she fell heavily into the mud. She watched helplessly as Lucy drove away, disappearing from her sight. Celine would never forget Callie. At this moment, Benjamin rushed over Callie. She's your sister. She's Celine. Callie froze in disbelief. You are Celine? Celine knew Callie had never always looked down on her. As children, Callie had bested her at every turn. She had always been outstanding. Later, she even dated Adam, the heir to the Alvarez family, raised in a life of luxury and affection. Callie became proud and untouchable. Benjamin was once again stunned by Celine's exquisite beauty. He murmured, I didn't expect Celine to look this stunning. Carly's childhood memories of Celine were vague because she had never paid much attention to this unloved sister. But wasn't Celine the ugly duckling from the countryside? Carly stepped closer. Her gaze swept over Celine with thinly veiled disdain. Celine, I didn't expect you to doll yourself like me. Celine was rendered speechless. Well, Carly could think whatever she wanted as long as she was happy. Celine straightened her slender back and smiled without saying a word. The corridor lights cast a soft glow on her delicate ethereal face. She was no longer the same little Celine from before. Just then, Carly spoke up. Celine, I heard you and Adam are divorcing. Can't survive without a man, huh? Resulting to male escorts to fill the void. If I were you, I'll get a job. Turning to Adam, she added in a condescending tone, Adam, Celine has taken care of you for so long. You should at least help her find a work, maybe as a housekeeper. Adam's gaze flickered to Celine. Benjamin interjected, Carly, every job requires qualification. What's Celine's educational level? Carly seemed to remember something amusing. She raised her chin with a smile and said, she dropped out of school when she was 16. So, guys, we end at chapter 5 because I need to put my baby to sleep, and I myself am feeling sleepy. It's 3:12 p.m. I want to go and take a nap, and I think I'll continue around 11 p.m. So I'll see you guys in another video.